My name is Machare Njero, and I am the chair of Independent Policing Oversight Authority. Ipoa was set up in 2011 through Act number 35. As an institution, we have been very fortunate because all the critical partners have been able to work with us, and that has made our work extremely easy, where it would have been extremely difficult. But largely we also say that I think God has favored us. Being the inaugural board, what we've particularly been able to achieve is setting up the institution itself. Because we set it up from scratch, and not only the HQs, the headquarters of the institution, but also setting up the regional offices all over the country.
One of the success indicators is that we have a united board. We have also started the organization from scratch. The board were both operatives and policy makers. But then, of course, we had to put the organization into being by creating the secretariat. So one of our major successes is to get personnel who are competent and who are able to carry out the mandate of the organization. HR has been instrumental, the committee, in recruitment of the personnel, establishing policies and procedures that govern the employees at work.
Over the years, we have received many complaints, 9,000 or so, and I attribute that to the fact that the public has known about the work of Ipoa. Every year the complaints have been increasing because of our outreach programs explaining to the public what Ipoa's mandate is. We have also been very active on social media. We have a Twitter account, we're on Facebook, and we have also taken part in radio programs, even in the vernacular language. So more and more people, we always see a spike after we have been on TV or on radio, because we notice that many people now get to know about us.
We immediately embarked on coming up with the terms of reference. Then once we did that, we identified the priorities, and we started working on populating and creating a department that would be able to carry out inspections, monitor police operations, and also carry out research.
We have been able to set up the institution. We set up the necessary procedures, necessary policies, and also have competent staff to carry out investigations, receive complaints from members of the public, process them, and enable complaints to be handled in a manner that is satisfactory to members of the public. So we've been able to, within a short time, create a mechanism which you can confidently say can deal with complaints against members of the police. And within that mechanism, we can say, confidently say, if a member of the public has a challenge or has a complaint against the police, they can complain to Ipoa. That complaint will be received, it will be processed, it will be properly analyzed, and it will be referred whether internally or externally. And if it goes for investigation, then the investigation process will be done in a very objective, a very impartial way. And if there is culpability, then we are able to finish investigation of those cases, and we process and send it to the Office of the Direct Public Prosecutions.
In Ipoa, we have what we call the ECM under the name of Ipoa Cloud Connect. That is an ICT system which has been installed for us courtesy of the support we have received from the US Embassy. It's generally a one-stop place where all our processes will go through. And for me, that will reduce time spent on work. It will become more economical, it will become more secure, And even when you want to prepare things like documents, it's easy to retrieve information and data from the system. Once we receive complaints, with the ICT framework that is available presently, it is very easy for us, even if it's received in Nairobi, to quickly send it to wherever the region, the respective region that we are required to be investigating. And one of the biggest achievements will be accessibility. By whoever wants to complain, the Wanjikos out there, it will be easier for them to reach Ipoa, because they can also, at the end of it, reach us even on phone by way of a text message. And for me, that is what is supposed to be accessibility.
The Risk and Audit Committee has achieved a lot of issues, because the one thing that we have concentrated on is to develop policies to guide the authority. So during the last 6 years, we have developed the risk management policy. We have also developed the audit charter, a board audit charter to guide the committee in terms of the roles that we should play under the Risk and Audit Committee. We have also developed what you call the Enterprise Risk Management Framework. And through those committees, we have been able to constantly and continuously assess the risks facing Ipoa. When you look at our mandate, we are an investigative organization. And that means that before any activity is done, whether it is inspections or whether it is investigating and going out into the field, the officers have to assess the risks. And we have played an important part in making sure that they are briefed before they go, and they come back and debrief themselves after the activity. The committee has also been very instrumental in overseeing the reporting structure. Before we submit our reports to Parliament, the Risk and Audit Committee must review the reports to ensure that they are accurate.
One of the key things which I would mark as a serious milestone was when in December 2017 we won the Financial Reporting Award for being one of the best public institutions that have good accounts. We had agreed as a board from the beginning that financial integrity is also part of human integrity, and in leadership, if you don't have financial integrity in an institution, the institution becomes the normal Kenyan government institution that you hear scandals here, billions lost in the other scandal, just because leaders are not financially integral. And integrity is something that in Ipoa we cherish a lot.
I'm actually proud of our work, and I would say if police were more positive and you know, accepting immediately at the beginning, which is also not very natural, would have gone very far. But I believe we are leaving behind a very solid institution, and it will come to stay and assist this country. And you know, the fact that we've even decentralized and gone to 9 other regions, we are happy that all Kenyans will be reached.
What I pride myself is that we have an institution which has advanced the patriotic needs of this country.
I believe we have brought about an integrated authority, an agency that is responsive to its mandate, and we have recruited properly and given Ipoa the face of Kenya, a mosaic actually. And I think we've carried our processes respectively and with integrity. And for me, that is something I'll carry a lot of pride with.
Actually, when we started off, we had nothing. There was no staff. There were no offices. We can look back and say we have recruited very skilled personnel. We have ensured that all of them have been trained in human rights. And when we look back, we have actually made them adhere to the laws, policies, and regulations that we developed. And I think we are leaving behind a very solid institution.
I had a board that truly believed in doing the right thing, that was independent, that was only focused on one thing, just making sure that the institution functions in the larger interest of the public. That to me, I count myself as very fortunate to have chaired this board. Setting up the institution and being able to walk that journey in itself is a major milestone. We're able to do it with integrity. Our organization was able to operate with transparency. It is the reason why we've been awarded by the public. Last year we were voted the best public institution by the members of the public themselves. We also won some financial reporting awards. We've had a clean set of accounts. So working with that integrity to us has been extremely important. Now, I must say that that would not have been possible if really we didn't also have the public with us. And the fact that the public has been with us has been extremely, helpful to us. And so setting the institution and making it functional within a very short time and leaving it behind solid, to us is a major milestone.